Hey everybody, Doug here with First Response Land. I'm on my way to drop the dump trailer off now that it's empty. Usually beginning of the week we'll be out mowing until the grass stops growing. End of the week is when we do most of our cleanups and curbside, so gonna park it so that we don't have to look at it and think about leaves until the end of the week when it's time to go back out and do them. I figured I'd take the couple minutes while I'm waiting for traffic lights and getting up to the parking spot to just talk about some of the things we've learned over the years. This is our 5th season with First Response Land, and when you look back to the way you do some of the things when you first start out, it's almost funny. I mean, you look back just writing down our routes on sheets of paper and doing billing where you're waiting till the end of the month, you're sending invoices out to every single person, putting a stamp on every single person, or driving them house to house to save the money on the stamps. So that was something that's probably some of the biggest changes that we've made. We went from doing it with paper and stamps to signing up for Yardbook, which is a free program at first. We're now on one of the paid plans, and it literally streamlined everything with our billing and invoicing and scheduling, and literally every part of the every part of the business can go through Yardbook, and that has completely changed the way we do things. Now, as many of you know, I do have a background in technology, and I try to find anything I can use technology for to help the business. So something as simple as a program like Yardbook, which is all online, I can access it from anywhere. The crews can get it on their phones so that they know where they're going. They can mark down when they're complete. I can see what they've finished during the day. If they're behind, we can send other people out to help. If they're ahead, we can give them more stuff to do to get done earlier in the week. It's really a great system. So that's the biggest thing, I would say, is just learning how to go from paper to using actual programs that are made for it. Now, there's all types of programs. There's things like Jobber, there's Lawn Pro, there's all different stuff. Yardbook we started out with. That's probably why we're still with it. It's great for what we do. Like I said, we're on the paid plan. What that allows us to do is send out messages to all of our clients every day. In the morning, we send out text messages that say, hey, we're gonna be in your yard. Make sure you clean up your dog poop. Make sure your gates are unlocked. Make sure you don't have a ton of kids' toys laying around. It's just something to remind them that we're coming. It's something to try to help us so that we're not moving a million things while we're there. And it helps keep us in communication. The customer can actually respond to that text message, and it gets stored in the system. So for anyone who hasn't used software yet, I know there's a couple of my buddies who have companies around me. I've pushed them to try Yardbook, and so far from what I've heard back from them, they all love it. It just saves you so much time. I went from spending probably 6 to 8 hours a month just on billing to I bill the following morning after each service. We bill per service. Some accounts are monthly, and it takes me, I would say, less than 5 minutes to bill each card. That's another thing. Card on file. Bill each card, send the receipt. It's in the bank 2 days later. It's constant cash flow. A lot of people might say that, you should budget and have enough money to get through the month. Sure, that's great, but if you can have daily cash flow, why would you not? Why would you basically loan people however much money? Say an account is $250 a month. Why would you loan them that where they don't get a bill for, say the month is 30 days, then it takes 5 more days for them to get the bill, but then they have another 10 days to pay it, so now we're at 45 days from the first service. Okay, great. Now they're a slow payer, so they're 30 days late, 60 days late. You are waiting a very long time for your money. You put a card on file, you hit bill, it will bill them, you will have that money within 2 days. So that's one thing. And also, if they don't have money in the account, it's going to tell you with a $50 lawn service, $70 lawn service, the card was declined. So then you reach out to them, tell them their card was declined, and if they haven't put a new card on file by the following week, their lawn doesn't get cut. You're not out hundreds of dollars waiting for people to pay you. If that happened where somebody didn't have the money to pay and they owed you $250, but you're waiting 45 extra days for it, you're actually out $500. So that's something to really think about, where using technology, having card on file, it helps you and it also protects you. Now, some of the other things we use technology for, obviously we're fairly active on social media. I'm trying to learn this YouTube thing, which I'm really not very good at yet, but we'll get there. We've got our website, we've got Google ads, Facebook ads, all these different pieces. It's something that in our area not a lot of people do well, at least in my part of North Jersey, and it's definitely a place that you can really expand your business. You can use that unclaimed territory to find people. If you look at the generation that's in, say, the 25 to 40 year range, they are constantly attached to some type of device. Just them seeing your logo is something that's going to get them to know the company name. They may not reach out to you right away, but at some point they probably will. It's probably not going to be the first time or the second time, maybe not the third time, fourth time, fifth time, but at some point when they need someone to do their leaves, to do their grass, to take care of their snow, say somebody's sick and they just can't do it for a little bit, that's when they're going to remember. That's why we use the logos that we use. They draw attention. That's why our leaf machine has a gigantic picture of a white cartoon dog, because people will call and say, I saw your trailer with the dog. Okay, that became our logo. That is what we do now. But constantly seeing this stuff in different places, whether you do door hangers, the one through the post office, every door direct mail, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that's another new one. Not a lot of people are doing it yet. I'm still slowly going into that one. YouTube, wherever. Obviously YouTube, you're not necessarily going to get somebody searching YouTube, but it's one more way to get people to know the name. Branding of trucks, all those different things. But especially online, people are always there, whether they realize it or not. They're on Facebook, they're going through, they see your ad pop through. Eventually they could be thinking back to it and try to remember, oh yeah, what was the name of that company? So technology can definitely help you. Like I said before, you know, from advertising, from the CRM, customer management system, stuff like that. Some of the other things we've done over the years, originally it was taking leaves, putting them into the bed of a truck. We then went to a 9 horsepower leaf loader on the dump trailer. That was okay. It cost $500. It got us through about a season, a little bit into the second season, and it blew up. So now we have a Billy Goat 18 horsepower. That thing is a beast. Someday, yes, we will have a bigger one. But it saves time. A pile that might take you an hour to chop up and get into the bed of a truck and then another half hour to unload, we can put into our dump trailer in under, call it 5 to 10 minutes. On top of that, when we get to the dump, we hit the dump button and it all comes out, unless you're like me and you forget over the course of a couple days in the winter time that there's leaves in there and they freeze, then you're gonna have some fun. But those are efficiency points. We've got one truck, the Ranger, that's got a ramp system on the back. Well, not everybody when they start can drive a truck and trailer. Can they drive a Ford Ranger? There's a good chance. Have they never used a zero-turn mower or a stand-on? Probably not. But you know what? They've used their parents' push mower, so let them learn with that. Send them out in the Ford Ranger with somebody. Put them in a small truck that takes up no space, and it's great for small yards. That's something that has definitely been fantastic for our company. And a lot of the times when you have these ideas, people are going to say you're insane, you're crazy. We've all heard it. But you have to really think about it and take the risk. If I didn't get the Ford Ranger, I would not have our most profitable snow vehicle. That truck makes us so much money in the snow, and it costs us almost nothing to operate. It carries 2 snow blowers, 2 people, has a bunch of shovels. Whatever we need is in that. The other truck, the Chevy, is out with front and rear plow. Now the Chevy with the rear plow, that's another thing that's very popular out in the Midwest. Why not give it a try? We tried it out here. It has cut down the amount of time we spend on a ton of our driveways. We used to, I hate backblading, so I would send the snowblower truck out to do driveways that I had to backblade, because we have a Fisher HDX 8-foot straight blade, and it just does not backblade well. People love them. I do not think it back drags well. With the Boss Drag Pro, it is made to do that. You back into a driveway, you drop the plow, you pull forward, the snow comes out with you. It generally leaves a clean look. Again, people around here don't use them. They thought I was crazy, and I've proved them wrong. The biggest thing is, if you think it's a good idea, sit on it for a little bit, but don't wait forever, because somebody else is going to do it, and they're going to use it to their advantage. So when you come up with an idea, don't just let other people tell you not to do it. Give it a shot. Obviously, if it's going to cost you $30,000, think hard first. But sometimes the things that come to us in the middle of the night are our best ideas. A lot of the things I've done over the last 4 or so years, most people would think were just nuts. Starting a business, I mean, that's one of the main pieces. And the amount of time, and people don't really understand the amount of time that does go into it. It's definitely something that if you're not putting the effort in, you're not going to get it out. And I'm to the point now where I've been able to step back out of the field a little bit this year, and that's been great. It's let me do a lot of other things and focus on growing. And we're ready to grow next year. We're looking for people constantly. It's tough right now to find people, but my goal is when we find people, I want to keep them. I want them to be happy with where they work. I want to know they get treated. I want them to know that they get treated well, and I don't want them to think somewhere else is going to be better. Now, I said it's not easy. There's times where you're going to get down on yourself, and that goes with the territory. There's highs, lows, there's peaks, there's valleys. As you grow, you're going to see that. You could be having a really good year, but you have a bad couple weeks. Well, it could be those bad couple weeks, or like this past summer where a lot of people struggled because it didn't rain in North Jersey for 8 weeks. How do you cut grass when it's not raining? You can't. There's only so much you can do. You could be dealing with things like ridiculously high prices on everything. Some of the mowers that we get are now almost 50% more expensive than when we bought ours. I'm glad that we got the things that we did when we did. If you're looking to get a new vehicle, if you need another truck, if you have a truck breakdown, you're almost better off to get a new one, because no matter what, you're going to pay way too much for anything. But used car prices are just as crazy, so get something that's reliable. We did that this past year. We ordered a truck at the end of February, picked it up in September, like I said in one of the other videos, and it's been great. But we did it as an order. We ordered the truck, we paid what we should have, and now we have it. Another thing, you have to take risks. Getting a third truck in the middle of the season is a risk, but it's a risk that I took because I know that the company's growing. So whether you're somebody watching this trying to learn, not that I have the most experience in the world, but I feel like there's things I've learned that I can share. Whether you're one of my clients who knows that I'm just crazy and you want to see what I'm up to next, or whoever. If you don't even have a business, you don't live in North Jersey, you just find it interesting, just remember, you have to take risks sometimes, and that's where the best opportunities are sometimes. So that's all I got for now. Dump trailer is dropped off. I'm back in the driveway, so I'm going to go inside. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, feel free to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.